going on, everybody? Doing another YouTube live, another Sunday night. Bit of a recap if you haven't watched this week's YouTube. I chucked up this afternoon. We are basically in the middle of fertiliser spreading. A lot of trucking going on, and a little bit of land marking this week. Go and check out the latest YouTube. It's come out pretty good so far, and yeah, YouTube's just ticking along. Nothing much exciting happening this time of the year. I was hoping to get on the podcast with the Catch My Drift boys. If you haven't gone and checked their podcast out, go and check it out. At this point in time, I haven't. They had to postpone, so we're doing that in probably another month or so, I'd say. Anyway, we'll get talking to those boys when we can, and yeah, see how they're getting on. But yeah, I think someone had a bit of a family emergency on the podcast, so they couldn't come down here and check out the farm, which I thought they were going to. Merchandise update. Still plenty of hoodies here, ready to go. Plenty of there's a few hats here still, some beanies and whatnot. New hats are coming. I did see a package is coming from CTC this week, so we should start to see some of the new caps. If I'm having any issues with connection, guys, let me know. I did a test on the speed there before, and it seemed to be going okay. But this Starlink, it's very hit and miss, particularly in this room for whatever reason. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So if I'm having connection issues, just let me know. If you got any questions, guys, they don't have to be farming related. Unbelievably, you wouldn't read about it, but I don't think about farming all day. Much to some people's maybe shock horror. It's one of my, it's probably what I spend, too much time thinking about what I'm doing, but I don't honestly spend all that much time thinking about farming every day. So this YouTube is a bit of a distraction of that. So yeah, I'm happy to talk about anything you want, guys, but obviously it's a farming channel, so if you got any questions, hit me up with them and let me know how it's going. And yeah, if you got any comments at all, let me know. Yeah, so hopefully we should get some hats finally. I reckon the chicks hats are going to be the one that turns up. So if you're looking for a chicks hat, I'll have a couple of reels up probably this week. Hey, Menace 8. How you going? What's going on? What else have we got going on? Dry July, obviously. For those playing along, we're up to day 6 or 7. I think it's July 6th today, so we're 6 days in. To be honest with you, it's not that much different to regular life for me at the moment. Few times you go, I could have a beer, and I go, yeah, I'm not doing it, and it's not the big a deal. Usually, if you are doing it with me, I usually find pretty much the end of the second week's about the toughest, if it's going to be tough for you at all. Last time I did it back in January, for those who weren't following the channel that long, I did dry January. That was a lot tougher for me because I didn't know what was coming. By about the second weekend, I was tonguing it pretty hard, going, oh, geez, I don't know if this is for me. I whatever this is, it's not for me. And then from there, it became real easy after that, to be honest with you. By the time I got to the last week, I was honestly umming and ahhing whether I was going to drink again because I didn't see any point in it any longer. And I'm happy to hopefully come back with that mindset again. So, yeah. That's good, John. I'm glad you made it to day 7. You're doing well. You've made it to the first weekend, which I usually find they're the toughest for dry July. Yeah, so doing well. Good job, man. Good job. What else did I learn in the first month? I learned a fair few things. I learned when I went to that through the end and eventually started drinking again. It was actually a bit of an eye-opener in its own right, how much I wasn't craving it, how much I wasn't really looking for it, and sort of only just went back to it because I wanted to, or or I could. It's not it's not as bad as you bloody. It's not as bad as you think. And then you sort of have your first night on the beers. You're like, just what am I doing this for? Anyway, yeah. I'll just look at you. The next one, John. I was very anxious about Friday night. Yeah, just when you, when the bloody the problems for you will begin, and just be ready for them. Go and get yourself some non-alcoholic beers. That were great for me, particularly in January when I was trying to get some just liquid in because the you can't drink Coke all the time. What else you get? So water, I'm drinking that flat out in January, and then you come back home at night. You're like, what do I even drink? I don't want a Coke. So I was drinking non-alcoholic beers, and they were quite fine. I got some in the fridge. I got some James Squires in the fridge, and I got some yesterday. I had two on the way home with the wife coming home from kids' footy, and they were Bright Brewery Free Time, I think they're called. Pretty good, pretty good. Yeah, you know, you never go more than one or two because what's the point? Like, anyone who drinks more than two's drinking to get pissed anyway. Or if they're having a night with the friends or whatever, that's fine. But yeah, soda water, lemon, lime, bitters works treat. Yeah, okay. I have never tried lemon, lime, and bitters to be honest with you. Anyway, I'll go back to Menace's comment just because again, what grain auger do you prefer, screw auger or the belt version? Senior both. So I went well. I like them both for different reasons, and I hate them both for different reasons. So I'll start with the belt. The belt I've got. That Unitube has been okay. It's pretty good. Diesel motor, 18-inch belt, and it's good for probably 2 tonne a minute, I suppose, which is pretty good. It's a nightmare in the wet, as you might have seen in my last YouTube. It can be a bit of a pain in the butt in the wet, but when it's going good. It's a bit of a pain to get stuff built up around the bottom roller as well. It can build up with. I've had rats and all sorts of stuff in there. Bit of a problem there. You got to keep them clean. Cleanliness seems to be the key. Lots of fertilizers, not much good for them. Hold on. Microphone's getting in there. Hold on. I'll just try getting the second one out here. So there we go with that. The second one. Belt. It's very quick to move. It's very quick to pack up and move somewhere else. I do like that. For the Unitube diesel, we put a big air fuel tank on it because the one that was like 20 litres or something ridiculous that they put on, it was like enough to do 200 tonne. Like, be more useless. No lights on it too. We put lights on it. We made a few adjustments, and as you might have seen in the second last YouTube I did, I just recently replaced the cable system on it. So Unitube, as a review for me, it's about a 6 out of 10 to be honest with you. It's good when it's going right. Screw top augers, we've had those exclusively nearly all the rest of the time. They're good. The ones with the self-contained hoppers are even better. The ones you can. I'm not sure if it's. Hold on, I'll just try and take that microphone out. See if that's any better, guys. Sorry. What were we talking about? Screw type augers is what we were talking about. See if that's any better. Yeah, it's we've had the screw type ones forever. The ones with the plastic hoppers on the bottom are not much top really. I don't particularly like them. Yeah. What else can I say about it? I got a Finch 11-inch one, I think. It's the go. It hoofs grain, absolutely hoofs grain. It's a John Deere motor, 70 foot long, so it's pretty long. Very good auger. It's about the pick of them. What's the other one we've got? It's a self-made little green one you might have seen on the latest YouTube. It's good. It's good for about a ton and a half a minute. It was a homemade one built by the old man back in the day, so it's still going good. Yeah, I don't know. There's horses and courses for both. I do like the cleanliness of the belt. You can just sweep off the sides, and you know it's going to be clean for seed or whatever else. Transfer, truck to truck transfer. You're going from loading a truck and then going back to doing something else. So, it's very good for that. Yeah. Is that any better on the microphone, guys? Why are we not growing oats? So the oats are, we used to grow oats back in the day. It's just not something in our rotation anymore. Is SA similar growing conditions to you? Similar, yeah, just a little bit different rain sort of events just due to location. Yeah, so, this, I think the main difference between South Australia and here is probably more the soil than the actual rainfall amounts. Not sure. Depends where you are in South Australia too, but yeah. But yeah, what other augers have we got? I'm trying to think. Well, old mate Bilko back in the day. I was talking about the auger a little bit on the. Sorry, what are you asking me there, John? What's the main activity now for what? Sorry. I was talking about augers on the last YouTube. There was a white one. I'm trying to figure out where they come from. I think they're a ram flow or ram something. I was talking about them. Damn it. This bloody Wi-Fi is going to be the death of me, I swear to God. Hold on. It's just painful at the moment. I don't know how to fix it. I really don't. This bloody Wi-Fi. Starlink. Looks all good. Let's see if that's any better. Might be. Might not be. Yeah, a little bit more elevation there. See if that's any better, guys. Sorry. What was I talking about? Belts here. So, sorry, augers here. That white one, I don't know who made it. I've had it twice now. It was a fast little, speedy little auger. It was good. So the next activity on the farm, John, probably will continue spreading. We've still got plenty to go there. I'm just getting a bit of stuff sorted out, like maintenance on utes and that sort of stuff. One of my workers has gone down at the moment, so I'm a bit short-staffed. So I'm doing a lot of I think I'll be doing a lot of the spreading this week myself. Yeah, that's about what I've got on for this week, and hopefully I can finally get my last bloody paddock in. That would be good. I've had 3.5 mils today, so hopefully that should dry up reasonably quickly. I can get it in later on in the week. I don't think there's any more. Rain coming for the foreseeable. Well, not a lot for the foreseeable future. How am I liking the new Mavic 2? So we're going to Mavic 4, David. Mavic 4 Pro. I was just playing around with it tonight, actually. I haven't had a lot of chance to play around with it so far, but I was using the zoom feature on it. Holy crikey, said hell, it can zoom a long way. It's ridiculous. Quite good so far, the Mavic 4. I'm not seeing a massive change at the moment coming from the Mavic 3 to the Mavic 4, but it is going to be better in the future when I finally get round to getting a bit more footage. It can shoot in landscape and then actually change to portrait for the for shooting your reels and that sort of stuff. It should be really good. But the zoom is interesting there tonight. If you follow me on Facebook, you'll probably see a couple of photos. I took the photos and didn't put them on my phone, just because it wasn't that exciting. But it was a nice sunset tonight. That's why I was flying it. Just finished watching your last video. Cheers, Mitchell. Thanks, man. Make sure you give us a like. Really helps with the algorithm. The YouTube's a little bit slow at the moment, a little bit slow with content. I will be quite happy to get back into like harvest or something a little bit more exciting when the time comes. Bit of irrigation before that, just to kick it along a bit. Had a pretty good run during sowing, but at the moment I'm just struggling to get any sort of traction with anything at the moment. So anyway, that's we're in it for the long haul, not the short haul. Are we getting many foxes running around the sheep and lambing? Yeah, so I had a fella come out and he shot about 6 in one night that were chasing the lambs about, so that was really good. That took care of a few of their numbers for sure. I shot one the other day, not near the lambs, but he wasn't far away. And yeah, there's been a fair few roos about. Probably not supposed to shoot them. I don't know what the legalities of roos are at the moment, but I know they're in plague proportions out here. So there's a few people having a crack at the hoppy foxes here. But yeah, generally the foxes do hammer the lambs a little bit. I think we've lost a few, which is not good. Hey, another, what's going on, man? But yeah, probably should be checking on the lambs a little bit more at the moment because they obviously they've just been marked. They generally get hammered in the first couple of days, but yeah, I haven't had a lot of time, to be honest. I've got the pew and the ute though for any time I see anything at the moment because it's a good time to be getting out there and try and hit something with it. We've got a little bit more time. Time's a bloody limited factor here at the moment, if I'm being quite honest with you. With my brother away, I'm generally just trying to get through the day. How many sheep do we run? So I got 300 ewes, and then we did 300 lambs the other day. And then I think there's 150 wethers, so 750, which seems like way too many if I'm being honest. We're not really known as a sheep channel or sheep farm by any stretch of the imagination, but yeah, we've still got a few. So Dad used to run sheep back in the early 2000s a lot. We had probably 2,500 ewes at our biggest, I suppose, and yeah, they got. Yeah, it would have been 2001, 2002. Most of them were sold off, and we went more heavily into cropping, and then eventually into summer cropping as well. That was about the same time we went into trucking. So we went from one enterprise to another. The price of wool, the Catch My Drift Blokes did a great thing on this the other day. The price of wool for the last 50 years, nearly 60 years, has barely gone up at all. It's just not a historically good thing to go on with. The fat lambs seem to be where the money still is. So look, I'm not a big advocate for sheep or whatever, but that being said, they do have a soft spot in my heart too. Yeah, so it's a bit sad the way the wool industry's gone. We sort of saw the writing on the wall pretty early. And there's a lot of people now that are just giving it away completely for fat lambs instead. Looking for work in Melbourne if anyone can help. Are the foxes getting them? The foxes can get the lambs, yes. Can't help you with any work, sorry brother. Either here or in Melbourne. Not unless you're a surveyor of some description. My brother's a surveyor in Melbourne. Anyway, yeah, so... yeah, I always have a bit of a soft spot for the sheep. I remember when I come back onto the farm, there was a few people say, "Oh, they'll be back in the sheep, and he's back on the farm." No, that didn't happen. I was a big machinery head, but that being said, I do have a soft spot for the sheep. We've never dealt with cows. Old man did cows back in the 90s, I reckon, for a little while, and that was enough for that. So we haven't done cows. Next door neighbour, he's got some cows. So the bloke who coming into land marking, he's our next door neighbour, and he comes and does the land marking for us. He's the one who he does the mulesing and all that. A bit of a controversial topic, the whole mulesing, but to be honest with you, everyone still does it around here. If you don't, you're an idiot. Well, in my opinion. Whatever do you farm? So we farm wheat, barley, canola, corn here, mate. So that's generally what we do, and a few sheep, as I just mentioned. But yeah. How's the audio, guys? It's still holding up. I'm surprised that the microphone was the problem then, to be honest. Might have to give them a charge. Anyway. Still good. Oh, that's right then. Yeah, so maybe that's what's going on there. I flash it here. I don't know if that means I need to charge it up. Yeah, start it up. That's good. Anyway, yeah. So yeah. What else have we got going on here at the moment? Just trying to bloody wind down a little bit. If I'm being honest with you guys, it's pretty. We've been going pretty hard for the last couple of months, so it's nice to be doing a lot less, knocking off at 6 o'clock at night instead of 10 o'clock at night. That's always nice. Yeah, so we were baling. We finished with the baling. We've got all the bales. There's only 3 or 4 loads to go out, but if other people are coming to pick them up, that's probably one job I'll end up doing this week. I've got a shit bet. 60 bales, I think, from down the paddock back up. They're off the road on the track, but I'm moving back to the shed where the other bales are, because they were wetter bales, and they'll have to go out to someone at some point. Yeah. Did we end up giving any away? No, it was worth too much money. Another. I'm just going with another. It was worth too much money. We needed the money just as much as anyone. We were hurting financially as much as anyone, so it was nice to get the extra cash. It wasn't a walk in the park. We spent a lot of time doing it, so we didn't change our price pretty much the whole way through. So whatever people got it for is what they got it for, and that was it. I'd like to say we give away all the time, but we just don't. It just doesn't make any sense. We're dealing with 3,000 or 4,000 bales. I can give a load away if someone's really, this is it for me. I'm over unless you give me this hay. But to be honest with you, it's probably a bit of a controversial take, and I don't mean any disrespect to anyone. Like we've all been in a bind where you get into trouble financially and that sort of thing. But we've done all this before. Everyone's done all this before. We've all been in the situation where we've had to, we've all been in trouble. You've run out of feed. You're trying to sell feed. You're in a drought. This is just farming 101. There's no, as nice as it is for people to come along with these hay drives and hay runs and whatever. We've done them in the past. Don't worry. At the end of the day, this is farming. Drought's a part of it. Dry spells are part of it. Putting feed away for yourself is part of it. Running out of it is part of it. Buying it in is part of it. So it's just what it is. Don't think that I'm not the only one who's bloody not giving it away. Everyone's selling it. It's just as simple as that. What breed of sheep do we have? So we go all merinos, purebred merinos. Sometimes we get adjustment crossies in over the summer. Yeah, that's right. We've got to look after ourselves first. So we needed the cash as much as anyone. Thankfully, the interest rates are coming down, but they were smashing us. The low prices of the commodities were smashing us. The fertiliser is slow. Well, it's smashing us now. Luckily, we locked in a lot of fertiliser before these last big rates come up, but all this stuff puts a squeeze on the farm, and as I said, it's just part of the job. Did you get the last two setting done? No, we didn't. So I've got like a week to go, Gavin. It's I'll probably get it done in this week is what I'm thinking. 3.5 mils today. It'll dry up over the next couple of days, hopefully. And then maybe, just maybe I'll get a run at it later on in the week. So that'd be good. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I've got another 5 minutes here and then I'll be jetting off. Thank God that the Wi-Fi and audio is held up for the second half of this. I'm running nosy apparently. Yeah, I am a bit shitty. Another, this bloody thing. This flu has just clung on and clung on. David, you best sum that up. Yeah, so sorry, just going back to my card for a second. My wife had it and then she's gone straight back downhill again. I'm just about over it, but I'm still just a bit blocked up and the throat's still a bit sore. Still coughing and whatever. Trying to stay on asthma puff as they seem to keep me pretty well sorted for the day. Now, what's your thoughts on the rare pricing roller coaster? Be careful what you say, bud. Well, I was going to talk about this on the Catch My Drift podcast, actually, if I got the chance, because they are absolutely robbing us. The big companies are absolutely robbing us. There's not even anybody turmoil in the bloody Middle East, and we're supposedly paying more than $200 more than what we were, just for the sake of the fact that there was some sort of turmoil over in the Middle East. Like, it didn't even hold up any boats. Like, it's ridiculous. And then to make it even worse, I heard from my local fert supplier that most of the price hike that went on was actually because they turned away a lot of the boats because it was dry in the eastern side. Sound familiar? Yeah, well, that's exactly what happened in 2023, I think it was. And again, 2024 to a lesser extent. 23, it was a bloody nightmare. They just jack up the price because they can. These PRICKS, they need to be, well, I mean, where is the bloody consumer bloody, I don't know, whoever bloody regulates these people, where are the consumer people coming in and going, hey, you can't just jack the price up literally overnight $100 just because some shit went on in another country. Like, it doesn't even make sense. And I was covered. I had all my stuff locked in at about 7:30 or 7:40 or something. But it's 9:50 now, and there's people, they're probably topping up the last of it. And Victoria probably wasn't quite there to getting the stuff locked in yet. They need to put the price back down, put it at least back to $8.50, and just go, hey, look, this is not the way business is done. But they can get away with it, so why won't they? The story I heard was that they turned away a bunch of boats because of the dire outlook for the eastern seaboard, particularly Victoria, because Victoria, we buy ours through Geelong, so the price of the fertiliser in Geelong, they reckon they won't take as many boats there because the Victoria is looking shitty. Well, they still are, but they're going to need it at some point too. Like, yeah, it is crooked, like another said. Have you got another name, bro? Like fuel too. Exactly, Ziggy, exactly. It's all in the same vein. That bloody war with Iran and Israel was almost over in 2 weeks. Like, I mean, it's not over, but like, it's pretty safe there now. There's not a whole lot going on there now. Like, they won't put the price back. No one will ever put the price back. They're just looking for any catalyst to jack it up. That's what it was. I'd love to talk about Israel and Iran if anyone wants to ask me about that next week. Next week, I guess I'm a big war nut, but I'm a little bit. I follow wars a lot. The Ukraine and Russia one, I got some good stories about that when it kicked off, and this Israel Iran one. There was some gnarly war strategy stuff went on at the start of that. It was very interesting to me, but also very horrifying. So, but the way that Israel took Iran down in a couple of days was nothing short of a military masterpiece. Anyway, is flexi and an option? It is, but generally, Gavin, it's usually too expensive. Yeah, so see you, mate. Thanks for coming on another year. It's usually very expensive, Gavin, unless there's some sort of discrepancy between the dry stuff and the flex again. It's usually more expensive. Anyway, guys, we're up to 30 minutes. I'm going to jet off to do the TikTok live we usually do. If you want to follow us over there, we'll probably talk about some different stuff. Next week we might do something a little bit different on the live. I might it just remind me with the Iran-Israel war thing. You know, if you want to talk about anything but farming, let me know. I'm happy to do like just an off-topic thing. That's not a big problem for me. As I said, I don't sit around thinking about farming all day, so generally think about other stuff. Anyway, all right, we'll see you later. See you, David, and we'll catch you all on the next one. Righto.